America, you are beautiful and welcome into the Business Pulse. I'm Chuck Barham. We're brought to you by the Freedom Chamber online at freedomchamber.net. Lots of benefits inside the Freedom Chamber. We're going to hear from Janice Trey, the chairman of the board from Epoch Times, about the benefit they have for you, including inside the Freedom Chamber discounts to advertise with the Epoch Times. We have a healthcare solution as you're getting ready to look this time of year for your healthcare on how you can save money. We have a solution inside of there. You can also find Dean Owen, CPA. Owen, CPA. Dean, welcome into the Business Pulse. Rod is on assignment, and we're going to talk about something about Rod here in a little bit as we dive into what's going on around America with inflation. Came in a little lower than expected, and you guys kind of predicted that, didn't you, Dean?
We did, and it's still overstated, but it's, the true inflation has come down, and they're just taking a multiple of that. True inflation says we're about half of what the BLS reports, and you've heard me say frequently, you need to take the L out of BLS. So,
Yes, you do.
yeah.
Yes, you do. But you guys, as I go back and I rewatch a lot of our Business Pulse programs that we recorded, and I believe we're on our 53rd episode today, Dean. So we've made it past a calendar year here. So congratulations on that landmark. But I go back and watch a lot of our episodes, and what you and Rod talk about, you're usually 3, 4, 5, 6 months ahead of the curve. And you guys were talking about inflation will more than likely take a dip in June, and July, August, September are going to be off to the races as a lot of the things inside the big, beautiful bill and a lot of the money and businesses that President Trump has brought back into America. And we're starting to see that, aren't we?
We are. And something else we're seeing, well, in my area, we're getting a global laser enrichment to enrich uranium. We used to do that years ago and stopped, and now we're going to start again. We're going to get a data center, and this is rural Western Kentucky. And they're breaking ground as fast as they can right now. So those jobs are coming. Actually, some of them are here because you got people driving these giant Caterpillar dozers. So it's happening, and pretty much on time like we thought it would. I'm hoping we get it far enough along so that by the time we get into October, the job market is just booming. We think it will. We think we're going to see it by then, but we're waiting with a bated breath. So we've got that going on. There's been a rotation on markets too, and we talked about this with the deregulation. Several months ago, we talked about how President Trump had eliminated 136 federal regulations for every new one. And now we have seen a major shift in the S&P 500 and a rotation. Through the last several years, the only thing making any money in the S&P 500 was the Magnificent Seven, the real big tech stocks. The other 493 did nothing or were in the red. Now we have seen a complete reversal of that. The 493 are up somewhere around 15%. The Magnificent Seven are in the red, and that's a fundamental outcome of deregulation. The smaller and the medium our companies benefit the most from deregulation, and we've had a world of deregulation.
Isn't it amazing, Dean, when you get the government out of the way, what commerce can do, what free markets can do, what capitalism can do when you get the government out of your way and get out of the shadow of bad policy? Isn't it amazing?
It is. I've got a prediction. I believe the SAVE Act will get passed before the midterms, and I'm not sure what President Trump's going to say tomorrow night, but the world needs to be watching because it's going to change.
Absolutely. I do know that President Trump has taken himself away from press today. He's been in the Situation Room since we started taping this. So I believe you're going to have some very large announcements regarding the 2020 election. Also, you're going to have some large announcements regarding Iran and what's going on there, and some other large announcements that really haven't been brought to light yet. But Thursday night, tomorrow night, as you're watching this, we're taping this on a Wednesday afternoon. I truly believe it's going to be a landmark night in America on where we're headed and what's happened in the past and how we right the wrongs that have happened to the American public.
And I know I don't speak for Rod, but I know I could say this for him as I do. Open up the scorecards, look at our projections, and look and see what's happening, and look at our accuracy. And I don't say that to boast, but there are places you can get accurate, true information. We just met the CEO of Epoch Times. That's a place you can get good information. Newsmax, good place. Here is a good place to get truthful information you can count on, you can use, and get benefits that focus on our values, what our traditions and our beliefs. So
Absolutely.
kudos to
Absolutely.
kudos
And
to
Janice Trey
Freedom
will
Chamber.
join us in segment 2 of the Business Pulse, and we had a conversation with her beforehand, and she's the chairman of the board for the Epoch Times. She's an amazing lady. As we wrap up this segment, Dean, where can people find you online and get in touch with you?
OwenCPA.com. That's OWENCPA.com. Jump online, connect with my team. The conversation and friendship are free. And let's figure out a way to disinherit the government and not your kids.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen of the Freedom Chamber, hang on for segment number 2. We're going to bring into the fray Janice Trey, the chairman of the board for the Epoch Times, coming up next inside the Business Pulse.
The American dream, full of grit, determination, and unthinkable achievements. Building and owning your own business is a monumental task. A place to find guidance, resources, and connections doesn't exist.
Until now. The Freedom Chamber.
A dynamic and innovative organization established to empower businesses across all sectors. The Freedom Chamber. Find us online at freedomchamber.net. Join us today.
America, welcome back into the Business Pulse. I'm Chuck Barham. We are now joined by Janice Trey, the chairman of the board for Epoch Times. Janice, welcome to the Business Pulse.
Thank you, Chuck, for having me.
An amazing story you have, and we're going to have a complete video about which I still think, Janice, your life needs to be made into a movie. We'll get into that in another video that we're going to share with our Freedom Chamber members. But let's talk about Epoch, and let's talk about anything and everything that's gone around Epoch with suppression by big tech, with what you guys are doing to combat that. And we appreciate you guys being a founding member of Freedom Chamber online at freedomchamber.net. Janice, talk to us about Epoch.
So on the inauguration dates of the 46th presidents of the United States and our 3 flagship programs, Crossroads, Facts Matters, American Thought Leaders, all of them were demonetized, meaning in the YouTube videos, there were ads inserted, but Epoch received 0 money from that. So it's an effort trying to demonetize us. And then in May 2023, Google removed Epoch News from the Google Discovery and Google News, which resulted in loss of the organic traffic. We estimate the loss over 200,000 subscribers that usually come through 2.4 million views from those organic traffic. So essentially, they don't want non-subscribers to be able to find the 200 news articles produced by Epoch every day, over 5,000 every month. Think of like Epoch Health, we have produced 14,000 health articles. We are not financed by any of the pharmaceutical companies, and so we provide truth and facts, for our readers to make informed decisions. And unfortunately, that censorship continue, and we were even restricted from running advertisements in Facebook. And as an American company founded in the U.S., over a quarter century ago, and I would say it's really like discriminations. I actually filed a official complaint to the Federal Trade Commissions, listed out and with the evidences of the big tech censorships on Epoch Times.
Amazing. And you guys are persevering. I mean, you've got boots on the ground. You've got great reporting around the world. And I don't know how many different languages, 36 languages. Is that right, Janice?
23 languages, 35
23
countries.
That's it. 23 languages, 35 countries is where Epoch can be found. And if you're a Freedom Chamber member and you're watching this right now, you've got a very steep discount on advertising that you can reach Epoch's audience. And I highly recommend that you guys do that. And Dean, I know you've got a question for Janice. Go right ahead.
Yeah, that we saw a lot of the conservative minded organizations get demonetized, deplatformed. I faced a Twitter ban, so I had to trying to rebuild that. But what did you guys do when you're, I know for me it's been a pain in the butt, but it hasn't been a financial issue. For you guys, that was a big financial hit. How did you recover from that? And then what did you do to protect yourself from that happening again?
Yep. So with the financial hits, we continue to rely on subscriptions that drive the great majority of fundings, and then we also have some donations. And I put quite a bit of efforts, and I want to take the opportunity to thank our donors as well. But I would take the opportunity to share the latest and greatest secure app that everybody should benefit from it. It's called SafeMeet, SafeMeet. It's one single app with 5 functions. So you can do voice call, texting, video conferencing, file sharing, and file storage, all 5 apps into one single app. It's a military grade end-to-end encryption, frame-by-frame encryption. The decryption keys are stored in user's device only, which means no possibility of third-party hacking remotely. As we know, hacking are done remotely, so that cut it off. And because the SafeMeet developers do not have access to your physical device. You own your phone and your laptop and your desktops, so there are no backdoors. The SafeMeet engineers never see your content nor store your content. So it's truly from users to users. And such encryption technologies called Matrix has been trusted by German Department of Defense, French Department of Interior, NATO, NASA, and UK National Health Services. And even though you can make phone calls, SafeMeet never use a cell phone company or cell phone towers as cell phone modems. None of that, because those are actually very vulnerable for hacking. And SafeMeet never asks for your phone number. All the competitors in this space require a phone number to register because they want to track your location. They want to monetize you by providing your location information to advertisers. SafeMeet only requires an email to register, which you can even set up a brand new email address just to register. SafeMeet, we have that steps to make sure it's not computer generated accounts, but it's real accounts.
Now,
And
Dennis,
Safe-
is SafeMeet, can it be found, I know, in the Google Play Store and the Apple, the
yes.
iPhone store, Apple Store. Is it also a website by itself that people can go get, or does it have to be via mobile?
There's the website safemeet.us. It's
Okay.
.us because it's developed by US owners and US developers. And in the safemeet.us, not only you can download for your Mac versions or your PC window version, there's also a web version that's for people use internet cafe in closed societies, or you may be using internet at a hotel, lobby type of machines. So you will be able to use it. SafeMe support 40 languages based on the preferred language that's set up on your phone or your computer. It automatically give you the versions of that language. So imagine one day you could have a Bible study together with over 1 billion people. So SafeMeet does not have the 50 people limitations from Signal, does not have the 40 limitations on Zoom, but most importantly is the end-to-end encryptions that's provided at default. Whereas some companies, you have to pay enormous amounts of money to get the real encryption technology. And also SafeMeet has a vertical integrations, has its own data centers, has its own private clouds and virtual servers. And so this also remove hacking at those levels, as we all know that big tech has been hacked so many times. And SafeMeet has those anti-hacking mechanisms at the data center levels, at the cloud level, at the servers level, and at the application levels. And one other significant features is SafeMe combines, calling, texting, video conferencing, file sharing, file storage, all in one single app. A lot of vulnerabilities when you switch from app to app. So that also solve the problems, and it is free. Anybody can use it, and I would highly recommend audience to try it out. In particular, your financial information, your health records. There is a secure vault, so it's kind of your own private rooms where you want to store information. So I wear glasses, and I will put my eyeglasses, prescriptions there. I will have my health insurance, my auto insurance, my property insurance, everything at my fingertips. If something happens, I have that right there that I can send to someone I trust. So I will encourage audience to take the precautions. Lots of people use Signal, but they may or may not aware that the intelligence community have a way to get to it. And let me give you one quick example. Tucker Carlson, before he went to meet with Putin, he was approached by NSA and National Security Agency and asked, what are you going to do in Russia? Tucker was shocked as like, how on earth that you know that I'm going to Russia? I have not told anybody, not even my wife. We read your Signal messages.
There it is.
So
right there. That's all you need to know right there. They're watching. So with SafeMeet, you're not going to have that problem because it's locked down. It's encrypted. It's just you to them to you.
Exactly. And give you another example, when Mike Ross lost the job because a staff level add a cell phone number to a classified call, a cell phone number of a journalist to a classified call. Because all the competitors, they just use phone numbers, quite easy to add somebody. But SafeMeet, for every single meeting, you make the decision. If it's a highly confidential, you can meet each participant one by one to make sure all those are eligible to participate. But then you also have another options of open-ended. So for example, if you're a book author, you want to promote your book, or like Freedom Chamber, we want prospective business to join us, and then anybody with the link can forward to someone else without being a user of SafeMeet. The first time they can come in. So each meeting, video conferencing, you can choose. And video conferencing quality is superior than Zoom. It's actually streaming quality available. It's very crystal clear voice, and so it is really developed. I will call it a gift to humanity, because we all deserve to protect our private information. I'm a mom, and as we all know, that as parents, kids make silly comments as they grow up.
Oh, yes, they do.
And what if one day it's your kids, end up in a confirmation hearings for Supreme Court justice or any high level positions, and you don't want those silly comments be a roadblock for that confirmation of confirmations. So SafeMeet, if you have your children use SafeMeet, only the users have that information. There's no possibility of third party obtain such information. So encourage everybody to use it for your children's sake, for your health records, for your financial records, and even as a backup storage. If something happens, there's a single place that you have those information in the end-to-end encryption. There's no backdoor possible. There's no third-party hacking possible, because the decryption key only store on the user device.
That's fantastic. Janice, I didn't know we were going to dive this deep into this. I love it. One more time, the website where people can get it. I know it's in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. The website one more time.
SafeMeet.us. SafeMeet.us.
Thank you, Janice. She's also the chairman of the board for the Epoch Times, and they do amazing work. And Dean, where can people find you online over there at OwenCPA?
OWENCPA.com, OwenCPA.com. Tell people frequently, jump online, connect with my team. Let's have a conversation and friendship, which are always free, and let's figure out a way to disinherit the government and not your kids.
Amen. Lots of benefits inside the Freedom Chamber. If you're watching this, make sure you're taking advantage of them. If you know somebody that should be in the Freedom Chamber, make sure you send this to them and have them join us at freedomchamber.net. As I always say, without 2A, there is no 1A. This has been the Business Pulse.